Welcome to the pod on this Monday, second cup of sunrise. I'm Bren. He's James, the 2nd of March.
Yes.
How about that? It starts perfectly with a Sunday, and then we go through the
That's right.
rest of this month. We'll have that.
Very clean, crisp month.
Yes.
31 days.
And there we go. It is very cold out and clear skies today. Some sun, and we'll get some warmth. That'll be coming.
Yep.
So with March, I saw a good tweet this morning
Ah, yes.
about how we leave the Super Bowls in February. But after that, we're kind of just, whatever.
Middle of the season hockey, middle of the season basketball,
Yeah.
humming
You
along.
get-
Baseball hasn't quite started yet. Some golf here and there.
Yeah, Daytona 500, and then the rest of the season, because it goes to November, that kind of fades out too. But the next 7 weeks,
Yeah.
Bay Hill for golf this weekend. That's a big one. The players in a NFL free agency, which would be crazy. March
Yeah.
Madness, the Final Four, the national title game, opening day for baseball, the Masters, and WrestleMania. So
Over the
that's
next 90 days.
March into the next 7 weeks. Yeah, getting us into early
There's
April.
things to talk about.
Things going on. I also saw an ad for the World Baseball Classic, which is back this year. So USA's Friday night. I saw that on Fox.
Oh.
So that'd be coming. There's something going on. So it's busy
Always
time.
something to take your attention.
The NBA, your Knickerbockers,
Yeah. Looking
knocking
pretty
off
good.
the Spurs, who had
Yeah.
won like 11 in a row. So we caught some of that over
Nice
the
to
weekend.
see. Yeah, that's fun.
Saturday morning, I woke up and I looked at my phone, and
Yeah.
I just had all these alerts for what was going on in Iran, these U.S. strikes,
Yeah.
and everything,
Yeah,
new
yeah.
conflict, new war,
Sure,
and I was
saw
just
some of
like,
those
man, I
updates.
followed some of the coverage throughout the day, and then I immediately thought later on, I'm very low on gas. I'm gonna go fill up my car today because I don't know
Yeah.
what the price will be come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I immediately thought when we all do this, like, why? It's what if the prices are going up? I'm going to do it again into the week, next week.
Sure.
Fill up. It was
Right.
just like a impulse thing. And I grew up in a place with hurricanes and stuff. Well, like, yes, you go fill up then because there might not be any gas. It's
Right.
not just the cost thing
Might run out.
at all. So I did that Saturday night when I went out to, we decided to try this new place in Webster. Went by, and I'll give them a shout out. It's called Sindhu
Ooh.
Fresh Fusion.
Fusion.
It's over
Not
in that-
fission. Fusion.
Fusion over there in the it says where East meets West.
Ah, okay.
So they've got a bunch of good things. It's in the Baytown Plaza. It's like decently priced, not crazy. Interesting things.
There you go.
Crispy sushi tacos. Had some of these. So it's like the outside looks black and it's just very crispy, kind of like the crispy flakes you would see, almost
Yeah.
like seaweed. And tried some of that. So picked that up. Thought
Looks
it was interesting.
good. Little Philadelphia roll. That's one of my favorites.
It was good. I had the New Yorker, which was crispy sweet potato, lobster salad, and steak.
That's weird.
It's interesting.
Was it good?
It was pretty good. And then I
Little
got
surf
some
and turf?
Yeah, and pork belly for a little appetizer.
Delicious. Basically
Giant,
bacon.
giant chunks.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just fat. What's the sauce? Bulgogi, I think that's how you say it. It was very good. It was very good.
This place looks good.
Randomly, whenever I went back to my car and I saw some of the snow was melting and everything, I looked down in the parking lot, one of the
Yeah.
medians. I said, that grass looks green.
Wow.
It's turf.
That's turf. Yeah.
It's turf.
That's fake.
And I said, wow. And so I was looking around, like all the other sections were grass. And I said,
Yeah.
huh. I was like, man, they really got some great lawn guys out
This
here.
is out in front of the.
This is the middle of the shopping plaza over there behind the Starbucks to go car wash and everything. That's
They gave up. They said, you know what?
they gave up. So they installed turf, and I was like, just one strip, and I was like, huh, that's funny to come
is
through and do that.
Great. I love it.
Yeah, we spent our whole weekend kind of over there in that plaza because it was Girl Scout cookie arrival weekend.
Yeah.
Saturday, I was busy with the girls. Steph got her sister to help out, and she's a troop leader, and they had to go pick up more than 200 boxes of cookies.
That's crazy.
It's
Yeah.
a big assembly line. They put them all
Yeah.
in. They come into the house, boxes of them, and they're like, she's like, I ordered some extra too. And I was like, great. And so we helped sort, all the girls did, put them in bags, name them, don't lose them. How'd you organize this pile that I had to bring to work today for people who ordered here?
Logistics. Yeah.
Deliveries. My mother-in-law, they came and picked some up, and I said, here are your 8 bags. Go
Yeah.
deliver those.
Right.
And so we were getting all those away. It was very cold yesterday, and
Yeah.
that just happened to be the lottery window where they won the time slot to go out in front of Walmart. It was
Yeah.
like 10 to 1, they said. So Stephanie was going to go out there. I was with the girls because it was just too cold. And Steph texted me about 2 hours in. She was like, "Are you coming?" Because we were gonna go say hi and do some shopping.
Right.
And I showed up, and they were just frozen.
Oh,
They made it. They made a killing though. Everyone, Generosity
great.
came out to do
Awesome.
it and sold a ton. But she came home and was just like shivering and just couldn't
Yeah.
feel her feet or
Oh,
her
no.
hands. It was that
trooper.
was rough.
Yeah, it was cold.
I know. My mom said, I also, back in Mississippi, said I saw some girls selling cookies in front of Walmart, but it's like 80 and sunny. I was like, if only.
oh man.
If only.
Well, I
That
was
fun.
sweating bullets yesterday, training my son how to ski.
Bristol?
We went to Bristol Mountain
Just you two?
yesterday, just us two. Well, and we met my dad.
Yeah.
Because he's a big skier. So he was already there at 8 a.m. shredding
Mm-hmm.
down the mountain. So Mason and I go, and it was great. So he's, just turned 5. So we got him boots and little skis. And they have these gateway cards, RFID cards, that you just take and they just get you right on the mountain. You barely even need to check in. But we just did the little hill on the side there. And you kind of go up the hill. And it's like a magic carpet ride, they call it.
Yeah.
You
It's the
know?
conveyor belt that
conveyor
they've
belt, yeah.
covered in one of those like crawling tunnels that you can have in
Yeah.
your living room. Yeah.
Exactly. So you just kind of go up there and then you go down. And then, so we first started him off with like one ski and then put the other ski on and then both skis. And then he's kind of scooting around. And then we got to the top and he would just do French fries and rocket down the hill and go faster and faster and faster. And he was getting to the point where he was going so fast, he couldn't stop. So
Oh,
I had
man.
to go in front of him and like knock him over so he wouldn't just keep going and run into the tree, basically. But it was cute. No, he did great. There was one time when he just totally ate it, just totally
That
face
happens.
planted. And then he comes up and he's like bawling, crying his eyes out. And he's like, I want to go again. I want to go again.
Yeah.
So despite falling on his face, he wanted to keep going. So no, it was great. And we might go again tomorrow.
It's part of it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
He's probably a better skier than I am.
He's already
going.
he wants to keep going. So that's what you want.
How many times did he do it, you think?
Probably 5 or 6.
That's good.
I think. And like he wanted to keep going, but with little kids, like you want to stop them while they're still having fun.
Yeah.
Because if they keep going, they're just going to get crabby and then they're not going to want to go again.
Get too tired or anything. The one
Yeah.
time I'd been out there for the training lesson, we went with a group of friends and myself and stuff, and she went down one time and she fell and she was needing help. I couldn't stop. So I just
See ya.
I wasn't skiing. I just slid right past her.
Yeah.
And she was like, "You're gonna leave me here?" And I was like, I can't stop. I can't put them together, point them.
Yeah.
Was it pizza and
French fries is
Pizza and
the
French
kind of
fries.
fun
Yeah.
way to-
What'd you do with your
Yeah.
feet for stopping and
Yeah.
everything? I couldn't do it. And
or snowplow
was
or
worn
whatever.
out.
Yeah.
I should go do it and take some of the girls.
It's
That would be a
fun.
lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. It's fun. You don't have skis, I'm assuming.
No. We
Yeah,
knew someone who worked there, hooked us up, little discount on a group
There you
rate, and rental, and we tried it.
Well, you can go. I mean, if you want to buy skis, now is the time. Because-
Closeout sale for the
yeah,
season.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
The ski company has like 50-70% off everything.
It's
like
fun.
The ski company, free plug for them. They have like nice winter gloves that are like they retail for $60 for like $7, $8.
That's
like-
Bloomfield, right?
It's out
on
in
the way.
Bloomfield. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, exactly. So all winter gear there is.
I
Crazy
need to
cheap.
find mine. My winter gloves. I wear the same pair all the time, and they've vanished somehow.
Oh, you're
Find
out
my
of
wife's
gloves.
car. They're somewhere. Yeah. So I haven't had them. I really needed them this morning for that little 3-minute walk from the car to coming to the station.
Sure.
With how cold it was. In some of the news, I want to recognize People's Choice Kitchen. So just turned 25, and it's Van Stanley who does this. She's incredible. So they had a big party over the weekend. Now, the way that she got going, she told us the story, Evangela did, she goes by Van, is that it's to honor her late husband, Mark, whose idea launched the kitchen. He was inspired by his mom, who opened her own restaurant in Jamaica, and that's the type of food that they serve here, that soul food. And now a quarter century on, she talked about how she quit her job at Xerox to take a chance on the business, and then where it kind of just went on from there with her legacy.
I call them my extended family. My customers, they are my extended family. So when a mom come in or a dad or a kid and they short on money, it's like a family. It doesn't matter how much money they have. I'm going to make sure they eat. It's pay what you can afford here. So it doesn't matter the bottom line, a dollar. I want to make sure everyone has a decent, great meal.
She was previously one of our remarkable women winners.
Yep.
People's Choice, if you want to go. So over on Brooks Avenue. I want to bring that up because I've been there one time. I need to go back again.
Yeah. Sure.
So when I first moved here in 2017. So a couple years after that, I get a message from Bob Lonsberry.
Sure.
Just wanted to meet up and talk shop. He loves the media business. I know he tweets about 1,000 different things, but one thing he does do is a lot about the local broadcasts and reporters and stuff.
Yeah, I went on his show when I first got here too.
You got invited? Did he just reach out with a random invite?
Yeah, random invite. Come on over, step on the show.
So you
chatted
went
with
in
him.
the studio, up on whatever floor?
Yeah,
and talk?
yeah, the whole nine. Yeah, chatted with Bob, and I've seen him also out running. And
I
things
see
like
him,
that.
at events. So he messaged me and I was like,
He
okay.
loves running in the city.
Yeah, he does it every day. And I said, let's go. And he picked a place for lunch and he said, we'll meet there. And I forget where the first spot was. And so I start driving out and I'm almost there. And he goes, this place is closed on Monday. Can you pick me up? And I said, I'm almost there. So I pull in. He ran there from his work.
there,
So it was lunch
sure.
break. And so he's like in his army shirt, his
Yep.
running pack and everything. And I said, just get in the car. And I
Yeah.
said, where are we going? He's like, I know this other place. So we go to People's Choice Kitchen and we
How
go in
about
there and we eat, and that was the experience. So had that.
Nice.
I was like, it was such a random Rochester day of just going to eat at this great place and picking up a radio host on the side of the road.
Bob Lonsberry is an interesting guy. You hear him when what he says and what he tweets, and then you meet him and you're like, these are two different people.
I know it was totally, and it's every time I see him at half marathons and stuff, just asking how the family is.
He's always
and talking
very,
things.
extremely
Yeah.
nice and personable in person. If you've ever never met the guy, I feel like he's got a persona online, he's got a persona on the radio, and then you meet him in person, and you're like, wow, he's actually like a decent guy.
Yeah, we probably sat there for like an hour and a half, and he ran back. I did not take him after that. So that was my experience over there. If you want to check out People's Choice Kitchen. Levan Dawson did a story over the weekend about the housing market
Here we go.
and the mortgage rates finally getting back below 6% for the first time since 2022.
Yeah.
And now we're getting ready for the spring season. People are thinking about moving as they get closer toward the end of the school year. So realtors say the lower rate combined with the busy months of March and April, you could have some optimism. But the thing is, prices are still high. And the experts say about half of homeowners out there currently have mortgages under 4%. So the thing is that they're not moving, so that's why supply is just so low.
Yeah.
But they do offer some advice, regardless of your situation, of just getting through it with some help.
If you interview a few buyer's agents, get some references, and get somebody that's good, full-time in the business, experienced, and it doesn't matter whether they're working on a team or for an individual company, just have somebody that has good reviews.
They are saying right now, just in terms of affordability, the average for the median household income, most people would have to devote 42% of their earnings to carry the average monthly home payment.
Yep.
5 years ago, instead of 42% of all your income, it was about 28% that would be going just to your house. We did for What's Up Rock this morning. Do you ever just go to an open house in the neighborhood
Right.
out of curiosity?
Yeah,
We do all the time. It's fun.
do? That's-
If there's everyone posted, we'll look it up and it's like
Bring the
Saturday or
kids.
Sunday. Bring the kids.
Yeah.
And we'll go. We just want to see inside, see what it is, because it's like, wow, that house these days is now that. Let's
Yeah,
just
sure. I
Go
can't believe that house
look,
is for
and
sale.
then maybe you get some ideas for what you can do in yours. And
Sure.
we try not to. Obviously, we don't want to waste anybody's time, but they like the foot traffic coming in, so we're not going to take the cookies or the donuts they might have out.
Yeah, sure.
It's like, let's just go look at
Just
the
check
pool.
it
What do they
out.
have in the garage or the basement? Or
How would we
anything.
do this? What's better? What's worse? Things like that.
Do you check the stuff on Zillow though, if it's nearby?
Yeah,
Pops up?
I'll look on Zillow usually and kind of be quiz and see if you could guess what the house is worth. It's housing is always it's such a huge story. It's a
Yes.
national story.
Yeah.
And every time we do it, it's a very popular story. So just like some notes for some folks here. According to the experts, there's a national shortage of 4 to 7 million homes as of early 2025. And here's like what some of the experts say on how to fix it's a supply issue. That's really what it comes down to. The demand is going to either go up, it's not going to go down. So it's a supply issue. You have to change land use and zoning reform, legalize multifamily units. So you need to eliminate single family zoning, which is a lot of the zoning around here. You can only build single family houses. So you spend 6 months on building one house. That's for one person. You got to change that. This one I think is interesting. Streamline regulatory processes. So you change the permit, you shorten the permitting time, so you make it easier for people to permit. And then I don't know if a lot of towns would allow this, but you need to lower the inputs so you can stimulate production of factory-built housing, which is manufactured housing, which is mobile homes.
Yeah.
Do you think people want mobile homes in the neighborhood?
People don't want new subdivisions of new big homes.
That's what I'm saying. I think that's really a big issue. And then low income housing tax credits, those need to change as well. So there's all these like different changes that I think really need to happen in town governments in order to make it easier to build homes. Because I just think like that the laws that are in place right now are holding back the construction industry from building. And I think that's the problem is as long as those stay the same and we have to fight over every single house that gets built, it's going to be either worse or stay the same.
I know. And we're some of the lucky ones like in houses because you think some people might say, I don't want to look at what it's going to cost me 30 years down the road if it's above 6%. Now I'm thinking, okay, now we're at 5.9, whatever. Maybe I'll take a chance. But these other people are just like, I'm locked in at a lower rate. Like I'm not going to move because even if I could sell my house for double what it was 5, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, it's you're costing that much more to find the same or a smaller home now. We moved 3 times. I've been through the buying a house and selling one. So we sold 2 houses and we bought 3. And I'm locked down.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, we did 1 in Virginia and then 2 in Webster.
Have you thought about expanding on your house, your property?
No, we're okay.
Yeah.
I think we're okay.
We thought about it because like our parents are getting older.
Yeah.
You know, there might be a time where my mom can't, do her thing at her house and maybe has to move in with us. And that's like got to be a legitimate option. Like she might have to stay with us. And so we were thinking totally build an in-law suite on the side of the house.
We thought about our basement is not finished. And so probably as soon as we moved in, what was that, 21 or so, 20, we looked at it and the cost, like we just weren't going to be able to do it. And now it's maybe double to
how
have that
much it would
finished with
cost
the
to do it,
materials and everything, or any labor that I couldn't do. That's as far as we've gotten. That would be nice. That would be nice.
Right. Just to have space because you never know.
there.
Something can change on a dime. Be like, oh, you're moving in 6 months. Here you go.
I know. It could. We got more coming your way on the pod in just a little bit. Back here on the pod this Monday, the 2nd of March for Second Cup of Sunrise. Let's talk about food. Burgers.
Went to, so I went right after the ski escapade on Sunday. We went to Bill Gray's in Webster.
The new one, the old
Yeah.
Hagedorn site.
That's right. My buddy's daughter turned 1, so it was a 1-year-old birthday party. And they served pizza and chicken. I was like, a burger joint and pizza and chicken.
I know, just like the cheap little burger, just right there. Serve it up.
I
Just with the fries.
was a little bummed. But it was actually very good. I was impressed at how good the pizza was. But I felt a little bit silly to have the world's best cheeseburger.
Yeah.
And we were eating pizza. But that's fine. It was a nice party. But the facility is very nice. It's obviously brand new. You walk right in and there's a big... So there were 2 doors, right? Which kind of threw me off. The right door is the one we went in. That was the correct door. There's like a square bar in the middle. And then there's the party room was all the way in the back. And then on the right, there is the golf simulator that was there.
That's a big thing that they've added, yeah.
Yeah, which is cool. And then they rented out the golf simulator for an hour and a half in there. And they're like, okay, golf simulator's open. I'm like, I got like 2 kids I got to watch. And my wife is there. And like,
But aren't
some
you
friends
standing there just like practicing your grip? And you're like, oh,
I know.
man.
I have like all these friends that I haven't seen in like several months, and I'm like, should I just like leave everybody? Like, I didn't, obviously.
You look over and you're just
by myself
on the
swinging
7th at Pebble Beach, just like hitting a 7-iron. Yeah.
I know, yeah. So I couldn't do it, but no, it was cool. And then there's like a huge darts section, and then on the other side, it's just like a regular Bill Gray's.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like a fancier, like upscale, nice restaurant, and then not the, Bill Gray's isn't that, but it's just kind of the more classic Bill Gray's on the other side. So
Yeah.
it was cool. It was nice to see. It was a neat design though.
You can book a tea time.
I'm
on
sure
their
they're
indoor
yeah.
golf simulators.
They'll do just fine, I think, there.
Oh, I know. They moved 50 yards, 100
Sure.
yards from
Yeah.
where it was. And then that's where they're adding the buffet place that's coming there. Yeah, they just moved everything up. They built up the whole plaza, the parking lot, and everything. And just one of many. I mean, they're everywhere.
Yeah, the liquor store went from one side to the other.
Yep.
Switched it over, and then on the other side, who knows?
And now they've
Working
got
on
the
something.
whole property, and it's just always busy every time there.
Yeah.
This story from Tina Krause in London is about the future of food. Researchers in the UK, and the video on this story is funny because it involves yeast and beer and burgers and everything else. They think that leftovers and brewing them could be the key or to growing better meat in a lab. So let me pull up that story. There
A
we go.
burger and a beer. It's a classic combo. Now British researchers are giving the pairing a scientific spin, using yeast left behind from brewing beer to create edible building blocks, a framework to help animal cells grow into lab-made meat.
The bacteria can grow on lots of different things, but the advantage of feeding them with this
Yuck.
waste product is that we can turn waste that would otherwise be thrown away into something useful.
Scientists at University College London tapped into leftover yeast from a local brewery to test how well it could support growing cells while tackling ethical issues like sustainability and animal welfare.
It's very modern. It's very, very, very forward thinking, isn't it?
The goal, to give lab-made meat the right texture and chew while keeping production costs low.
We have this machine, the texture analyzer, which measures the force required to compress our cube,
Boing.
and that tells us how chewy our sample is.
The study found beer waste gave lab-made meat a texture closer to the real thing, and animal cells grew well on the frame it formed. The team now plans to try other cell types like fat and muscle, and test yeast from different beers to see which produces the best results. From pint glass to petri dish, it's a full circle food experiment scientists say could help beef up the future of dinner.
Yeah, a little
Tina
baby.
Krause, CBS News, London.
I love it's like this one.
Yeah.
That's well done.
Yeah. right.
Yeah, or another one
Well,
might be
soft, right?
a little rare.
I guess you
on
could
that.
have fake meat rare, couldn't you?
Yeah, I'm trying to. I've had like the Impossible whatever or made.
Yeah.
It's
Sure.
depends on which one you get. Some it's close, and some it's
really?
like this is.
I usually enjoy it.
Yeah, that's how we've gotten girls into chicken nuggets.
Ah,
Yes,
Ficken nuggets.
be careful. Be careful there here on this family program.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's they for something in their DNA, they just know when it's chicken, and
That's amazing.
they are just vegetarians by inherent choice, just born with it.
Not
It's
into
tough.
it. Not
No.
into the meat.
We're still trying with cheeseburgers and stuff, but
Yeah. So
fake chicken nuggets, they'll do it.
a lot of yogurt is what you guys do for the protein.
A lot of yogurt all the time. Like we go through 6 tubs of it a week.
6 tubs.
Like if you buy like a 2-pack at the grocery store, just like a regular tub
Yeah.
of family size yogurt. I mean, yeah.
that sounds amazing. We
Like,
do maybe
seriously,
a top
4
one every 2 weeks, maybe.
Oh no, 4 to 6 of them every week.
That's
We pick it up.
amazing.
It's what the girls will have it in the morning, and it's like if
Yeah.
we haven't gotten enough in the evening,
Right.
we will throw that on there, and they'll do honey, granola, some chocolate
Yeah.
chips, put it on there.
Well, almond milk, they'll give them some protein.
Almond milk
too.
they'll do. Julia's on a big oat milk
Nice.
kick, so she's having that, and they can tell the difference there too. So I'm having to load
Sure.
up just yogurt everywhere.
They're milk sommeliers over there.
They sure are. And Brooklyn, it's chocolate milk at school. She'll have that.
Oh, it's
yes.
the best. Love
yes.
chocolate milk. Chocolate milk at school just hits the spot.
I know. Just and right out of the cardboard carton.
Yeah.
That's the
Get a
best
little
one.
shakes,
Yes.
jam a straw in there, you're ready to go.
That does it for the pod here this Monday. Back at it tomorrow. See ya.
Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 On Demand, plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.